Okay, so I think I finally got my shit set up properly and I'm finally able to start recording this video. So, there was some tweets that happened a while ago. And, Anal Violence, I don't know his real name, and I refuse to call him Anna Valens. He's a fucking horrible, horrific, evil, demonic psychopath. All of the most insane, wicked, and vile fucking lies this man has told. And then he went out of his way to start targeting VTubing as a genre, as a concept, as an idea. He's trying to use his position working at Vice or a subsidiary or whatever to continue lead-forging power in ways that communists constantly do to try and destroy everything that everyone has ever loved or cared about. And I pointed that out. He says that I'm the most normal Anna Valens hater. And I'm not normal. I even pointed that out. I'm not normal. I'm an ugly bastard VTuber. And one of his fellow communists says, I don't know if being self-aware is a positive in this situation, but maybe it's time to take a long look in the mirror. But I am self-aware. I made it obvious that I was self-aware. Why I look in the mirror if I'm already aware of who I am and what I am? I pointed out that, of course, being a satanic fucking mongrel that he is, he doesn't value self-awareness. He says, I mean, if you recognize you're vile and unappealing, that means you would have the capacity to be different. Nobody's holding you at, holding a gun to your head and making you be like this. And he's right, no one is making me be like this. No one made me an ugly bastard rapist VTuber. I made that. I made that by choice. But that's the thing, I'm playing a cartoon character, right? Like, when I talk about, you know, raping all the other VTubers and raping cartoon characters and NTR and rape correction and all that stuff, it's supposed to be gross and offensive. You know, I say the hard R gamer word. Like when I was streaming this game yesterday, I dropped the hard R nigger word more than once. I'm not afraid to do that, I'm not afraid to be gross and offensive, and look at this fucking bug. Video games, what are you gonna do, right? I chose that, partially as an act of vice signaling, partially because no one else was really doing it, and because it reflects me as someone who actively rejects the mainstream and norms in general. And a lot of people who believe that they're rejecting normalcy and norms genuinely believe that they are, but they're only ever really doing it when it's convenient, when it's normalized, when it's enforced, when it's culturally enforced from the top down. They're not actually strange or different or weird in any capacity, and they aren't neurologically capable of processing data on a level that allows them to be different, to knowingly see what's wrong with society at large or with neurotypicals in general and reject it. So, this person is generally incapable of valuing introspective thought or self-awareness at all, and actively tries to shame me for being self-aware, for understanding myself. And I was already planning on kind of making a video on this topic in general because I am self-aware. I recognize that I'm a really lazy person, and you can see that. It's reflected in the quality of my streams, the fact that I have no schedule, the quality of my videos. I'm a pretty fucking lazy guy. I got called by my, well, not my personal supervisor, but I was called by supervisors at work today to ask if I'd come in at midnight and work a shift that I wasn't scheduled to, and I said yes. I didn't have to do that, but it's easier than being creative. It's easier than making something and creating something, because I've started a lot of projects and never finished them. There's so much shit I want to do, so much shit I think about, and so much shit I just don't do. I don't do any of it. I'm actually fucking lazy. And I admit that I'm lazy, and it's shameful to be the way that I am. And yeah, I'm aware of it, and I try to do better. Like, I could have said no. I didn't have to go in. Then again, if everyone else said no, I was going to be forced to go in anyways, because I'm at the bottom of the totem pole with the credentials that I have. But that's neither here nor there. At the end of the day, it's easier to put in a little extra effort at work than it is to come home and actually be creative and do the things that I love. It's actually more difficult to work on these projects. I've never even published a game. Not one. I mean, I had some savings a while ago that I planned on spending in printing and distributing original playing cards and, you know, some games designed around using those original playing cards, and I just never got around to it because I lost a lot of fucking money trying to keep my gun store job. Like, I cleaned out my savings trying to make that job at the gun store work. And it was really, really painful and hard for me to say no when I was finally offered a management position because I'd already committed myself to this new job that I have. But at the end of the day, I have to admit, I'm just a lazy guy, and it's not a good thing to be that way. And I always see these self-affirmation posts, these positivity posts, and people saying, you're great just the way you are. I'm not great just the way that I are, actually. No, I'm fucking bad. Hold on. And I need to get better. And it's important to recognize that we have these negative qualities and that we can change them. It's important to be aware of your shortcomings and admit that you have them. You, whoever's watching this right now, you're probably not perfect the way you are, and you're probably slightly aware of it. And maybe some of you aren't. Maybe some of you are just fine the way you are, and that's okay. But I know that I'm not. And in a way, it kind of upsets me when people tell me that I am, because I know for a fact that I'm not. And this isn't a video about me crying about not being perfect. This isn't a video about me being upset about my shortcomings and how I'm too lazy to just stop being lazy, right? But this is more about just the value of self-awareness in general. But because I'm self-aware, and because I genuinely try to be a moral and just person outside of the disgusting cartoon character that I play, right? Because I'm being honest with you, whoever's watching. I'm being honest about who I am as a person outside of this cartoon character that I play. But when I go on, you know, the Twitter box and I say rape the first time somebody draws their YouTuber persona in a bikini or something, that's just me being silly. We gotta admit. It's kind of my thing. The whole Sekuhara Sensei, I mean sexual harassment. Mr. Sexual Harassment is not the name of somebody who's not gonna rape. They're not gonna stop at sexual harassment. That's just how I do. But in real life, the guy behind the cartoon, I try to be a decent, honest person, and a big part of that comes from being self-aware. And it's actually just revolting. It's disgusting, just the sheer volume of people that refuse to be self-aware. The people that don't value self-awareness, the people that are genuinely neurologically incapable of introspective thought and can't understand themselves and refuse to understand themselves. Because if people can't understand something as basic as themselves, which they have perfect knowledge of, they have access to all of the information about themselves and can do everything they can to analyze themselves, and yet they're not capable, or in some cases just refuse to, those people are actually fucking dangerous and vile, and they tend to be quite evil people. And yet those are the people that will constantly try to shame you and tell you that you need to change, and that you need to be better, and that you need to conform. And conform to what? They don't really care about what's right or wrong, what's good or what's bad, and a lot of them don't even believe in such a thing. Evil, good, bad, all that's made up. It's based on the society you live in at the time. It's not. Alright, the fact that objective morality exists at all is proof that, you know, we are capable of creating our own individual moralities. Like, subjective morality exists purely because objective morality exists. The closest thing I believe that we have as proof to the existence of a god is the fact that there is an objective morality. And if you look at, you know, the studies around the most intelligent animals on the planet, like dolphins, some species of monkeys, they're capable of understanding the basic foundations of morality, which is why they're able to have emotional responses based on objective morality. Well, yeah, dolphins enjoy cruelty, they're ontologically evil monsters. They're still able to understand cruelty because they're intelligent enough to have the foundations for morality within their consciousness. It's something they can perceive. And again, that's why they enjoy cruelty. It's why they enjoy murder and rape. These aren't things they have to do to survive. These aren't things that they're animalistically, you know, hardwired to do because it's something that, you know, helps them exist. It's something they do because they have an intelligence that allows them to enjoy it. And most humans are like that. Most humans that are only semi-sentient, similarly to dolphins, can observe morality to such a degree that they're able to exploit it and abuse it and intentionally misunderstand it in order to extract pleasure. Which is why so many people devolve into becoming communists, or in the example of anal violence, become someone who will overtly and shamelessly lie in the most easy to disprove ways about the VTubing, genre, the industry, the fandom. I can't say community because I'm not a communist, because I understand the definition of the word community. It's not a community when there's several thousand disparate groups that all enjoy similar things that are fundamentally different. Like, when I was playing Blood Bowl at a real-life game store, in real life, with real people, I didn't call everyone I talked to on the internet about Blood Bowl the Blood Bowl community or my Blood Bowl community. No, that game store that I played at with that small group of people was my Blood Bowl community. Or when I was living in the middle of nowhere town up in the thumb of Michigan, I was a part of a very small community. I didn't call everyone who lives in America my community. I didn't call everyone who lives in Michigan my community. My community was strictly those people that I was dealing with and talking with. The people who owned those stores, the people who worked at those factories, the people who lived in those homes. And a part of that does come from self-awareness, or rather, from the intelligence required to be self-aware.
Charlie is taking fire.
And at the end of the day, I'm more lamenting the fact that there's just a plurality, not even a plurality, a majority of people that are neurologically incapable of being self-aware and being able to understand basic concepts like this. It's frustrating, it's immiserating. More frustrating and immiserating than my own laziness and weakness. And I will call it a weakness. I'm strong in some ways. I'll stand up for what I believe in. I'm ready to kill and die for what I believe in. I gave up a really good job standing up against updated, DEI initiatives that were implemented in one of my jobs. I refused to sign off on that training because it was overt Marxist subversion. Most people are too weak to do that. They'll just say, no, actually, it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. I'm just going to sign off on it. I'm just going to keep my job. It's not a big deal, it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal, it's just. I'm strong enough to say no to that shit, and I'm still too weak to finish any of my games that I've designed. I'm still too weak to produce better quality content as a VTuber. Look at what I'm doing now. I've got this gameplay playing in the background. I pulled up some generic fucking jazz playlist. Well, to be honest, I really like this music, but I don't know what artist is playing right now. I can't tell you what song is playing, and I'm not going to look at it. I'm not going to tab over and pull up Spotify to tell you who's playing this music, as comfy as it is, because I'm just too fucking lazy, and I don't really care enough. And that's a bad thing. That is a weakness. I'm not perfect. And I did just mention I'm literally willing to kill and die for some things, which, yeah, that sounds insane to most people who aren't very intelligent and aren't very strong emotionally or mentally, but I get why it sounds crazy to you fucking people. I just, in a way, I kind of wish I was more motivated and stronger than I am now. I wish I was the person that I want to be. And I'm just too weak and lazy to do it. And that's something I can fix. It's something I can work on. It's something I try to work on. It's part of why I accepted that extra shift. Even though deep down I know if no one else took it, I was going to get it. Someone else probably wanted that money. Someone else probably would have taken that shit, but I didn't wait for that to happen. I just said, yes, I'll do it. Because that's one small, tiny, easy thing that I can do to force myself to be better and to do better.
We are acquiring Charlie.
It's just that I hope that someone else hears this and hears that I'm struggling with laziness and recognizes their own laziness, their own weakness, their own issues. I hope that maybe somebody hears what I'm saying now and does take up that extra shift at work they didn't need to take, or someone does finally do something creative they've been putting off. Finish that fucking sketch, that work in progress. I hope somebody hears this and sees this and does a little more, because I can't. I just think it would be nice
No
if
more casualties.
somebody got something out of this. That's a good drink.
Bravo is taking
Cover me.
fire.
I'm drinking
reloading.
Blake's Tropical Mango Cider. I'm about to go to bed. Or rather, I'm about to lay in bed for... Yeah, what time is it now? Yeah, I'm about to lay in bed for about 8 or 9 hours and then go to work and not really sleep. I'll fuck myself up drinking some more monsters, maybe give myself a kidney infection. Or full-blown diabetes, I guess. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll power through. I don't really have a choice, right?
Someone's hit.
If I really wanted to make this a sad boy boo-hoo me kind of video, I'd complain about how, you know, life got a lot harder for
The enemy
me.
is attacking
Doing
Bravo.
things became
Request assistance
fucking...
immediately.
Cover me.
I forgot I
I'm
did that.
reloading.
That was, I literally just played this match a minute ago, and I forgot I full-on just punched that bitch in the mouth. That feels good.
Reloading. Almost ready.
Speaking of which, I love shooting people in the face with a revolver. Well, I guess furries. I love shooting furries in the face with a revolver in this game. Yeah, if I were really trying to make this a boohoo poor me video, I'd complain about how life got harder when things didn't work out with me and my ex-fiance. You know? Her parents made her choose between me and them, and she genuinely loved those people. She loves her family, so ever since then, I just kind of fell apart. I gained a lot of weight. I stopped exercising. I stopped doing things. But that's not her fault. That's not circumstance. That's me being weak. That's me being lazy. That's me causing all of my own problems. Or hell, all of the times I've seen chances to make a lot of money doing stuff and I chose not to do it. That's all been me too. That's been my laziness, my laziness, my weakness. I'm the reason I'm not successful, and a lot of other people are like that. And it's fair to recognize that some people make their own misery, some people make their own failures. Some people do try their best and still fail. Some people are struggling, it's not their fault. I know what that's like. I've been in those situations before. That's real. Okay, you shouldn't be so narcissistic to believe that you can just shape reality based on your own input and efforts. Hell, half the time when I play the game you see in the background, I land perfect, clean body shots. They just go right through my target. Is any amount of playing better or more skilled gonna fix that? No, that's just the way video games are. And I suffer with that a lot. I am not a lucky man. Or hell, watch me play a tabletop game. I get diced frequently. In fact, the one game I'm luckiest at is very conditional because when I'm trying to teach someone to play Blood Bowl, which I mentioned earlier, when I'm trying to teach people to play Blood Bowl, I inevitably just completely fucking dice them. I do everything I can to help my opponent, to help them learn the game, to help them get better, to help them understand it, to help them enjoy it, and it just becomes completely one-sided, unfair. I'm just gonna stomp them, and it fucking is so miserable. Whereas when I'm playing for real against people that already know how to play and we already know what to do, I can't pick up the ball to save my fucking life. Roll a 2 or higher with a free reroll? Yeah, not gonna fucking happen.
Good job, team.
But that's life.
The enemy is attacking
It's not a good life, but it's life. And I should do everything I can to make it better, even if right now I just can't. Oh shit, I hit stop recording. I fucked that up.